It's a Wonderful Life is about love. And here George and Mary have come home from a dance. They're wearing kind of ridiculous clothing and singing, "Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon?" George realizes he loves Mary, and he marries her. And they have a family: Pete, Janie, Zuzu, and Tommy. And there's Mary and George. George's dad always had told him the building and loan was to help people. And he said, "I feel that in a small way, we are doing something important, satisfying a fundamental urge." And George took this in. He understood it and did his best to do the right thing. When my grandfather was 11, his mother gave him this New Testament. It says, Jesse Murray Dowell, June 1st, 1901. He kept it, carried it into World War I, 129th Field Artillery, and did not get wounded. Then came home. He'd married Lydia just before they left. They had 4 children. And to Jesse Murray Dowell Jr., his eldest, on the occasion of his induction into the service, July 25th, 1944, on his 18th birthday, he wrote, "May this be an inspiration to do the right thing. Always your loving father, Jesse Murray Dowell, Sr." Bailey Park develops. People have the ability to get a mortgage from the building and loan and have their own home. Giuseppe and Maria Martini, they bring their 6 kids and a goat, and the Baileys help them, and then give them bread, that the house may never have hunger, salt, that their life may always have savor, and wine, that joy and prosperity may reign forever. Mr. Potter has always disliked this building and loan because he owns everything. He's greedy. He's rich. He has no family, no wife, no children. He just wants money. And through an accident, $8,000 of the Baileys, that's to be deposited in cash in his bank, accidentally ends up in his hands. And they don't know where it is. He does. He essentially steals it. After searching and searching, George is despairing. He and Billy, his Uncle Billy, they cannot find this envelope of $8,000. The building and loan would be folded by Mr. Potter, and his family realizes how sad he is. They don't know why. Mary, in fact, is decorating the tree. Janie's playing the piano. Pete asks him how to spell hallelujah. He goes upstairs. Zuzu's had a cold, developed one. Doctors come. But she has a rose that the teacher gave her for a special thing she did in school that day. And her rose has petals that are falling off. So George takes the petals and puts them in the pocket of his watch pocket on his pants and gives the rose back to Zuzu. And Zuzu's petals symbolize the love and his deep love for his family. Love, as Corinthians 13:13 says, "And now abide faith, hope, and love. These 3, but the greatest of these is love. For in its work on earth, it is the only one of the 3 that reaches other men and directly acts on them for their good." George goes out into the night. Mr. Martini in his bar, he goes there and drinks something, and Mr. Martini is trying to console him. Mary's called Uncle Billy and asks for help, and the community of Bedford Falls pitches in. They pray, and they bring money. And the man says, "I owe everything to George Bailey." Mr. Martini prays, "Joseph, Jesus, and Mary, help my friend Mr. Bailey." His mother prays, "Help my son George tonight." A man says and prays, "He never thinks of himself, God. George is a good guy." His wife prays, "I love him, dear Lord. Watch over him tonight." And his daughter, Janie, prays, "Please, God, something's the matter with Daddy." "Please bring Daddy back," Zuzu prays. And George prays, "Oh God, dear God, Father in heaven, I am not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear me, show me the way. I am at the end of my rope." and his guardian angel, Clarence, is sent down. Clarence saves George Bailey. George had pretty darkness coming upon him, standing upon that bridge, and Clarence maneuvered George to save him. And the two of them journey to see what would be life in Bedford Falls like without George Bailey. It would be awful. So George wishes his life back and returns home, and there is the family. His wife says, "It's a miracle." His family's jubilant, and everyone's crowding in the home. Everybody's coming in to bring money, calls in to support him and to support the family. The end, George goes out into the snow and wishes Merry Christmas to the town. But before he goes, Zuzu hears a bell ring on the tree and says, "Teacher says, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings." And inside the inscription on the Tom Sawyer book is, "Dear George, remember, no man is a failure who has friends. Thanks for the wings. Love, Clarence."